to Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. So today, we have some wood behind me here. Have a little bit of hickory, but what I'm kind of focused on is that walnut right back there. You can see the red ends on it. So essentially, we've had that down for a little while. It was some from we cut down here next to the shed. Some of the smaller pieces of that. We already got the bigger pieces, I think, split, or not split, but milled up, and have it stored so it can start to dry. So we have these pieces left. So today what I kind of want to do is get those milled up and see, is it worth messing with this small wood. There's a lot of factors that go into that. How does it look? How straight is it? And what type of wood is it? But we have these 5 pieces of walnut here. Actually, I think there's a 6th one over there. Kind of varying lengths. I think about 8 foot long is kind of what our normal is. Maybe a little bit longer than that. And you can see all these are relatively small in diameter. So you're not going to be getting any great big, 2-inch live slabs off of it to make a table, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of 1-bys we can get out of it, and how many boards we actually get out of something like this. So kind of see, for our mill, the LX150 can do up to a 35-inch log. I think that's kind of max at each side, so 30 is more realistic. We have some over here that we still need to get milled up that are approaching like that 28-30 number. We've never had one as big as 35. Those monsters there you get a lot of wood out of, and you can really get a good cant and really make stuff out of. So we know that those make great pieces of wood to put on the sawmill. So my curiosity is some of the smaller stuff. We haven't done a lot of it. Whenever we did the pine, was mostly smaller stuff like this, and we were able to get quite a few 2x4s and things like that out of it. So curious with this walnut here, how we do. Got those pieces of walnut pulled out, and there are just the 5 pieces of walnut. The one back there is a piece of sassafras. You can tell by the bark. I believe all these are the walnut though. So just going to kind of get a measure on them, give you some idea how big they actually are. So when we start to mill these up, have a general size idea. So lengthwise, looks like they're all about the same. I have that one longer one, but lengthwise we're just shy of 10 foot, so we're like 9.8, 9.5. And then this bigger one back here, we'll end up probably cutting it off about where this one's at, because just looking at it, it comes down and then there's kind of a kink in it, so and it gets pretty small down at this end. So by the time, if you kept that kink in there, you wouldn't have anything to mill up. So we'll probably end up cutting it off somewhere about in there, and then we'll have probably still about a 10-foot piece, maybe 8. So that's how long they are. And then I'll kind of go through each of these and give you a size. So here, this one's about a 9, and I think I'll go do the other end too. So that one's just shy of 10. This one's about a 10, between a 9 and a 10. That one's only about a 8. And this one here, we're looking at about a 9 that direction. It's a little bit taller this way. It's about a 10.5. And kind of what we get, I don't know if it'll be out of each one specifically, but I'll try to keep kind of a tally of that. And then also kind of what we get in total. So try to document all that as we go. After doing some of these big logs, definitely that poplar, these should be a piece of cake, just because you know, trying to roll some of those big logs where you're really having to give a lot of force to get those turned. These should go pretty quick. Um, so I'll keep you updated on how all of these go. So 6 o'clock exactly. We already have the first one loaded, so we'll just start there. We're doing the first pass. We got 5 1-inch pieces and then 1.5-inch piece. And I think all of these we did 5 inches wide. So that's what we got out of the first tree. See what we get out of this next one.
second one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1-bys. These are like 3 or 5 3/4. Those are just 5. And you got another 1.5 inch that's 5 3/4. So thought for this is like thicker cutting boards that you glue together, something like that. So again, not a whole lot, a little bit. So that's the second one. The third one, we didn't even get on the mill. It had a pretty good, where it pinched in the middle and then curved on both ends. So by the time you got it whittled down, you're just gonna have a toothpick. So we didn't even mess with it. We did get this one on the mill. It looks pretty good. So we'll get it strapped down and get it cut up. We're going to go ahead and take an inch off. So a lot of times we end up doing that because the spots like this, where it's not very wide, you take an inch off, it widens that out. Okay, so this is what we got out of that last one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5, 6. So that one's 2. And we have an 1 3/4 inch one there. So you can see this is what we got out of each log. Okay, so we made up some more siding boards. So we got about 12 of those. Gonna let them dry for a bit, and then I'll work on sealing them the same, and then we'll get those up to finish up the firewood shed. So I need about 6 or 7 more, but we have some extras this way. And then from the project we did with the walnut, where we had the 4 logs we ended up doing, this is what we ended up getting out of it. So most of them are 1-bys. We have a few that are odd, kind of 1.5, 1 3/4, just kind of the leftover pieces. And then they're about 10 foot, 8 to 10 foot long. So that's kind of what we got out of it. For 4 pretty small trees. Got a fair amount of boards out of it. If it was anything other than walnut, honestly probably wouldn't have messed with it, but the walnut is just really nice wood and be able to do quite a bit with it, so it was worth it to do the walnut. But if it were something else, probably wouldn't necessarily take the time to mill up boards or logs that are that small. The one that we got this out of was about a 19, and it's about right. Can rotate it really well, but still get quite a bit of lumber out of it.